Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'm sharing with you an amazing new recipe of street style mutton frankie. This is a classic recipe and definitely for keeps. I say this with experience because whenever I suggest this to my family, their eyes light up for it. I will be showing this process in 4 easy steps. And for the first step, we've got boneless mutton pieces, about 400 grams, which I have washed thoroughly. I've got around 6 to 7 red chilies, Kashmiri, which I've soaked in vinegar for about half an hour. 1/3 cup of yogurt, well beaten. 2 tablespoons of ginger paste, fresh ginger, and salt to taste. We will grind the chilies into a very fine paste. I've not added any water to the jar as the chilies have gone soft due to the soaking in vinegar. Now let's add all the ingredients to the mutton for marination. So in goes the ginger paste first. You can do it in any order. Then goes in the yogurt. The red chili paste. This brings more color than heat to the dish, so don't get alarmed by the quantity that's used. It's not going to be very hot. Lastly, I'm adding salt to taste. Giving all this a very good mix. Marinate this for at least 3 to 4 hours before you cook it. But since I'm going to make it the next day, I will leave it in the fridge for overnight marination. After getting the meat out to room temperature the next day, I will cook this in a pan. So I've added about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. Now I'm adding the meat to the pan, making sure all the masala goes in. And then I will cover with a lid and let it cook until meat gets tender. While the meat gets cooked, let's make our dough for the frankie wraps. In my kneading bowl, I'm adding measured 2 cups of white flour or maida, salt to taste. I've taken about 250 ml of milk in this measuring jug, but as you will see later, I ended up using only 110 ml. Mixing the flour with the salt, adding the milk little at a time, and then kneading it to get a medium soft pliable dough. I kneaded this for a good 5 to 7 minutes, applying a little oil and leaving it aside for at least an hour before we start making the rotis. Let's check on the mutton. As you can see, the gravy has reduced, but the mutton is yet undone. So I will add some water to the marination bowl and then add this to the gravy. When the mutton is half done, we will be adding a special Maharashtrian masala or dry chutney mix called Kanda lasun chutney or onion garlic chutney. Now this is an optional step, but adding this masala takes this mutton filling to the next level and gives an authentic street style taste. So I would suggest that you do not skip this step. I've added about 1.5 tablespoons of this dry mix. Stir this well and let it cook further until mutton gets tender. The mutton has been cooking for the past 25 minutes. I'm checking on the mutton now, and my knife is cutting through the pieces, which indicates that our meat is ready as a filling. Also, it's reached the perfect consistency for a filling. As you can see, there's a lot of oil floating around in the pan. So I will empty the masala and the mutton in another bowl and let go of the excess oil. Time to make the maida rotis. You can see that the dough is nice and soft now. I will knead again for a few seconds. Then I will roll the dough into a log. It's just for convenience. And then I will squeeze out the balls to make the rotis. I do this so that the rotis are almost the same size. Making these wraps are optional. You can use tortilla wraps instead if you are in a hurry, or everyday chapatis or parathas. But if you're looking for the classic taste, just put in a little effort and I promise you, you won't regret it. So as you can see, I ended up with 10 chapatis out of 2 cups of flour. Now I will roll the balls into thin chapatis. Roll these thin enough that when you keep it in the palm of your hands, you can slightly see your fingers through it. Have a tawa ready on high flame as we will initially cook the rotis lightly on each side as we want them half done. Repeat the process until you've used up all your dough. Once all our chapatis are made, keep them aside for use later. These chapatis are great when stored in the refrigerator or freezer to make any other rolls or veg frankies at another time. I always make some extras for later use. So today, since I have filling only for 4 or 5 frankies, I will store the rest in between foils and baking paper. Coming to the last step of assembling the frankies. So we've got our chapatis, onions roughly chopped, coriander and mint leaves chopped, our meat mixture, green chilies chopped, chaat masala to taste, 2 well beaten eggs to which I will be adding some salt and also a dash of water as we are looking for thin omelets for our frankies. Beat the eggs well before we add them to the pan. Heat a pan approximate the size of the rotis made. Heat 1 teaspoon of oil and add just a little of the beaten eggs to make a thin omelette. Swirl the pan around to get the shape of an omelette, and as the omelette starts to form, cover with the maida roti. Press down gently so that it sticks to the omelette. Flip over to cook the other side once you feel that the omelette is cooked. Once you see light brown spots, it's time to get it out. Just to show you the roti is well done, I've flipped this again, but you don't need to do so. Repeat the same process for the rest of the rotis. So in goes 1 teaspoon of oil, then adding in the egg, swirling the pan around, add the roti, stick it to the omelette, a gentle pat and a flip. Just flip one side of the roti to check if it's done. So it's done, and we'll repeat the process with the other 2. So I have 4 rotis done and ready to become frankies. For the assembling, my daughter Seher wanted to help and I was happy to accept. So we heated the mutton in the microwave for 40 seconds before adding it. On the roti, put a heaped serving spoon of the flavorful meat, then top it with crunchy chopped onions, mint and coriander leaves, chopped green chilies, and a good sprinkle of chaat masala. For making the wrap, you can either fold over the sides to the center or roll from one side to the other, any which ways, making sure all the wonderful filling is secure inside. I'm showing you both the ways. Also, we used a toothpick to secure the ends. Repeating the same process with the rest of the rotis. Once the Frankies are all wrapped up, at this stage you could either wrap them up as make-ahead preparations and fry them on a pan when ready to serve. But since we are going to relish them now, I will show you the last and final step. In the same pan in which we made our omelettes, we will add few drops of oil and heat it well on medium flame. Once the oil is hot, add the rolls in, 2 at a time, since my pan is small, and fry them on each side till they get this lovely golden color. Once they are done, take these scrumptious Frankies out and serve them immediately, or they taste even great at room temperature. So our delicious, meaty and juicy Frankies are ready. You can wrap them in some sandwich paper or kitchen towel before serving. Please do try this recipe and I'm sure you and your family or friends will love it and ask for more. If you like what you watched, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon for new recipe uploads. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support.